Hi Capricorn, this is Heather, the medium on a mission, and I'm going to be doing your August monthly forecast. This is for Capricorn sun, moon, and rising signs, and we will just jump in and see what Spirit has to say for you right now. So let's see. So Spirit, what messages do you have for Capricorn at this time for the month of August for the energy? So for those of you who watched my July videos, basically what I do is I go and I do, so I've got the body, mind, and spirit that will cover off. And so basically I just ask Spirit, what energies are coming forward for the body and mind at this time, in Spirit, just kind of covering all areas. I feel like if those areas are in alignment, and you have a really good sense of what's going in that space, then you can kind of better work with the energies that you're dealing with for the given month. So, all right. So Spirit, what messages do you have for Capricorn for the month of August? And so with the other readings as well, I did this, and I asked Spirit just to kind of give me one word that sort of describes the energies for the month for each sign. And what I got for you, Capricorn, is rise. And so that's interesting. And so it just feels like there's an energy around kind of rising up or standing up or doing something to where you're coming into your space and your energies, and it feels really good. You know, August was really heavy for a lot, or I'm sorry, July was really heavy for a lot of people. We had the lunar eclipse, and then we have Mercury retrograde, which we're still at the end of that, and then it's just with the full moon energy, there was just a lot going on. And so I'm hopeful for August. I feel the energies are subsiding in terms of the intensities. I feel like it was really good in terms of bringing some of the things to the forefront that we needed. And so I feel August, the general theme that I'm picking up on and that's coming through with the cards, the readings I've done so far, is just sort of like a new rebirth and a positive energy, just kind of clearing away some of that past energies that and to bring through the healing. So it feels really good. So hopefully, let's see what you guys have. So Spirit, what messages do you have for Capricorn for the month of August? And as I'm going through this, I do have an energy of an individual that's coming forward here. He's I pulled that one off the side, but I want you guys to see that I did pull that. So I'm going to pull another one though. Just feel like there's a reason why I did that off camera. I wanted to make sure you guys saw it on camera though. So I do have a man here, and it's interesting. I feel I want to be connected to the East Coast. I feel like there's an energy of like that East Coast, kind of the way that he talks, and he's coming forward with that. He is a stronger energy. I feel like he's a pretty dominant type of person, and I feel like he would have, I just feel a protective energy from him. I just feel like he's someone who would have watched over, protected, and just kind of been around for, to assist with anything that's necessary. Kind of a watchdog is the word that I'm getting here. So let's see, Spirit, what do you have in terms of the body connection for Capricorn for this month? Let's see, I'll pull this card here. Okay, Spirit signs. So what I get with this is, and I'm going to keep this one out. I feel like this one's going to pop out here. There's something to this. I'm going to keep this one here, but I want to keep going with this. So Spirit signs. So this basically is the kind of the confirmation of the Spirit signs, and this is around numbers, synchronicities, electrical interference, pennies, feathers, those type of things. Really be paying attention and looking for those. You will probably see a lot more of those through the month of August as you deepen your connection with Spirit and you're kind of establishing that alignment. Expect to see a lot of those for the month of August, and that's just Spirit's way of saying, hey, we're around, we see what's going on. And I'm just going to adjust this to make sure you can still see it. Yep, there we go. Okay, perfect. And just know that energy is around, and it just feels like you've got a lot of Spirit family that's on the other side, that's watching over that, and just pay attention for that. And these are, things in the physical 3D that you would experience from Spirit. And so, electrical, they can do it. It's not as common, but it can happen. Absolutely. I literally had. I was involved in a missing persons, well, not missing persons, a person had crossed over, and was channeling for him before they had it was kind of a heavy situation anyway. And the moment his mom said, you know, please tell him I love him, and my doorbell rang, and I've got one of those Ring doorbells, and all of my Alexas went off to tell me that I've got someone at the door, and I immediately clicked on the video. There was no one there. There's no way for the doorbell to ring and for no one to be present. That was his way of saying, you know, I acknowledge you. And so it's just beautiful. That's kind of a rare thing. It doesn't happen as often, but they often will work with lights as well, or pennies. Pennies is a big thing. I've had some major experiences with pennies as well. So, and number synchronicities. So just pay attention to those things for the month of August. That's just spirits showing that you're in alignment and they're there with you, and they feel, you know, they're there with you to support you on your journey. And so, in terms of what's on the mind at this time. And so it's interesting because I can't remember which sign, but another sign got this as well, the Soul Tribe. And, you know, it's fascinating. There's 77 cards in this deck, and I trust the energies that are intended to come up will come up, and there's a lot of similar energies, and I feel like that's just kind of it's just the energy of the month. And so this is just that feeling of having kind of that wanting or having that soul tribe, and the feeling of connecting with like-minded people. And this is really what's on the mind for the month of August, and making those connections and feeling like a deeper sense of connection. And you know, people will sometimes ask, what can I do to find my tribe and, you know, get into that space and find like-minded people. And nowadays it's not like it was in the past. You know, it's for me, like I used to have to go to meetups and, you know, drive really far just to do mediumship circles and you know, do things like that. And I can do them all online now. It's all, Zoom is amazing, and you can connect to people in other countries. And, you know, YouTube is a good example. You can find connections with community, your soul tribe, through those ways. And so this just feels really good in terms of the energy of connectedness and bringing in. I also, and it's interesting because as I'm kind of just sort of tuning in here, this energy of this protector, this man that's here, it's like that feeling of that type of energy as well. Just the connecting of this strong energy and the feeling of watching over you and protecting you. And so I feel like this feeling of, you know, spirit looking out for you and really having that connection with the soul tribe, and really sort of having those deeper relationships than you've had in the past. And so let's see what spirit has in terms of just this on the soul level connection for Capricorn. What's the energies for the spirit soul level for the month of August? Let's see here. Okay. Oops. All right, spirit, what messages do you have for Capricorn for the month of August on the soul level? All right, yes. Okay, so to me that's just sort of a confirmation of everything that came through in terms of feeling like, you know, those connections that you're having are real. You are making these connections. You are moving on to the next level in terms of your evolution and your spiritual journey, and connecting to people, and deepening those connections like never before. And so that's a really beautiful message there. And I do want to pull another card too, and just to kind of see what other messages that okay. And I also am getting to, they're letting it they're just confirming that on that kind of the spirit family that's connected with you on the other side, they really are around you. They see what's going on. They're there to support you through your transitions. I feel like some of you are going through a space of transition now, and I feel a little bit of a feeling of unsure of what to do. The feeling of what should I do? What I'm not. There might even be a connection with a house or a residence place of, where you live. It could be something about changing something up, or it could be about physically moving. I feel like that's it as well, but it's the feeling of being still having the connections of where you're at. And like I said, I feel like it's important for you to know that you can have those anywhere you go. Nowadays you can, you know, move to the other side of the country and still be able to maintain connections virtually. and have those, you know, that's where some people, social media tends to have a bad rap in some ways, but in many ways it brings people together like they wouldn't have been able to get together in the past. And so I just feel like that's really big for you, and having those connections, because I do feel like a little bit of a pull away from some of the energies that were no longer suiting you. And so moving into that space and having those connections. So I will pull another card in terms of the soul level, just to see what else Spirit has to say around this. Okay, and then I was just asking, as I'm sort of shuffling here, asking Spirit what was the connection around summertime. Obviously, you know, in the Northern Hemisphere, we're in the summertime now, so that's what we've got here. But there might be, for those listening, there's something transitioning around summertime. So it might be this summer. You might be going through this now. It might be starting next summer. But there's something around the summertime that's connected with all of this as well. You may have actually, and what I'm getting as well, you may have actually about a year ago started kind of going through the process and feel like you're just now getting to this point. And so there's a connection with the timing around summer for all these events. So it might, you're either commencing or beginning or ending, really, what that. So let's see here. So let me just pull another card. Spirit, what messages do you have for Capricorn on the soul level? The soul level. Okay, here we go. Okay, there you go. That's what I was just saying. The guides. So really, your guides are really watching over you and helping you through everything you're going through. I just feel like you're deepening your connection to Spirit on so many levels. Through the, you know, you're getting the signs and symbols from Spirit. You're connecting when you put out to Spirit and say, you know, bring me like-minded people, bring these energies to me. Or you don't even have to say it. I mean, quite frankly, it just happens naturally as you sort of evolve on your journey. And I'm seeing that. And so the guides are just, this is kind of amazing that these two come together. And this is really them just confirming everything here, that they are absolutely watching over us. They see what's going on. They're helping you in your journey. They're helping with you with your next steps. I feel like someone right now, as I'm saying that, I do get a feeling of someone having a decision to make, and they're going to be there with you to make the decision. And the decision might be part of the equation here as well. So you got the yes card. I feel like if there's something that you're debating about, there's something you're unsure about, the answer is yes. And so you already know what that is, and your guides are giving you signs, and you're getting all the information you already need. It's just a matter of jumping into it and sort of letting go of whatever fear or hold back that you feel and just doing it. Your guides are here to support you with that decision. So really beautiful card there. And so I'm going to pull, just because I'm going to, a couple more cards here, just because when Spirit comes in this kind of heavy in a reading, I'd like to bring through this Sacred Rebels cards. These are Elena Fairchild, and they just, I find anyone who's kind of more on the spiritual path and there's deeper connections there, that these cards really suit their journey. And so I'll pull a card for you here as well on that. I have to say, Spirit has been coming a lot in. Yesterday I did about 6 readings, 6. I did the other signs, and I was drained. I was completely drained. And so whenever Spirit comes in intense, like I can feel their energy here. It can be pretty draining. So, and that might be, for whatever reason, I felt the need to tell you that. And so there might be something where you guys are experiencing that as well. It can at first can be very confusing, but it's, you know, you're raising your vibration, and it can be very exhausting to do so. So channeling Spirit, it's very different than just kind of getting the intuition. When you're channeling Spirit, you physically have to raise your vibration, and it takes you, it can be intense. And so just know that that's that as well. So Spirit, what messages, what other messages do you have for Capricorn at this time for the month of July? Okay, so softly, softly, the tender touch. And so if you can see that there, that's a beautiful card. That's the card 20. And so as I'm just sort of tuning into this, I'm really drawn to this third eye here and the feeling of opening. It's a lotus flower up here. And so it's this feeling of kind of being patient with yourself through this process of whatever this is. I just feel a really gentle energy around it, and there's no rush. You know, a lot of times when we are going through our journey, and we're really, and this is interesting because I'm thinking spirit, they're bringing up the word rise again. I'm like, that's what your theme is, and it makes perfect sense to what all you're going through here. It can be, you know, it's the rising, right? You're rising up. You could kind of see like this, the aura, and then oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Your energy is rising up, literally, and it can be intense. It can be overwhelming. When you connect with spirit on this level, you see things and feel things on a deeper level than you've ever experienced in the 3D, in the human form, to the point where it's just beyond words. I can't quite describe it to give it justice, but all I can tell you is it's like a mirror. You know, a lot of times where people really develop on their spiritual journey and they connect at a higher level, you know, a lot of times they say when you cross over, you have your life review and you have to kind of go through. You can do that while you're still here, when you have that capability to connect at a deeper level. And it's hard because, you know, I know myself, because of that, we have blinders on in life sometimes, and they've been created for whatever reason and purpose, for defense mechanism or for safety. It could be any number of things. When those blinders come off, you see things in a different light, and it can be overwhelming to you. You know, she's crying here in the photo. The tears are coming down her eyes. It's overwhelming, you know, and it's not to be taken lightly, this journey. It's like you're signing up to help on a deeper level and to sort of raise the consciousness of humanity. And that can be really intense because you see it all. You see the hurt. You can see how the person down the street may have done something wrong, but they did it because they were hurting inside themselves. And so once you sort of go down this path and you really open up, you can't be the same again. You can't. And so just be really gentle on yourself as you raise your energy and your vibrations and you rise up to that next level. And just know that your guides are absolutely here to support you, and your world will be expanding as a result of that. So it's pretty amazing. Another one of the readings got something similar to this as well. You might want to check that one out. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but it's just beautiful. It's really beautiful here, what you've got. It's exciting. It can be overwhelming at times, no doubt, but just be gentle on yourself. You know, like I said, yesterday I recorded a bunch of readings and I was fried. I couldn't do it. And I was like, I don't even know if I can do the rest of them. It was just too intense. And I did not expect that. You know, it can be really hard, especially when we're doing this on top of everything else we're doing. You know, it's like, you know, a lot of times when we start this journey, we're kind of, it's like we're transitioning out of a life that may no longer suit us, or, you know, and I can relate to that as well, you know, and it's, but you're kind of riding both sides of the fence, and you still have to maintain, you know, your life that you have while transitioning and opening up, because your heart is really called in this direction. So it's beautiful. It's just amazing reading. I love it. I think it's amazing time for you, Capricorn. Congratulations on your journey. It sounds like you're really opening up, and just please be gentle with yourself. There's a lot of amazing teachers out there that can help you on your journey as well. And I'm going to eventually be offering probably mentoring sessions coming up too, but not at this time. Just keep an eye out. But when you're ready, there's just so many teachers out there. When the student's ready, the teacher will show up. So no worries there. So I'm just going to pull a final Power Thought card by Louise Hay and see what she has to say for you for the month of August. So Capricorn, what messages do you have for Capricorn for the month of August? What positive messages can we provide to Capricorn at this time in terms of the energy of what's going on? Any card that comes out here, we're going to take it. Perfect. Okay. All right. So I now go beyond other people's fears and limitations. And look at these eyes. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, wow, the coloring on here, it's a little hard to read, but is that not amazing? Like, look at all the eyes here, like the third eyes. There's so many eyes on here. And then this one here where you have that, I feel like I need to count. That's just amazing. Then, and there's, what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7 eyes. There's something to that. There's something, not sure what that is, but there's something deeper there as well. And then there's the 8th one. Wow. And that's a different color. Interesting. Okay. I'm just, okay. It is my mind that creates my experiences. I am unlimited in my own ability to create the good in my life. And so there you go. That's a beautiful message. You've got your massive third eye opening occurring here, and you're really kind of evolving to that next level with support of your guides. There's something significant about the summer. I feel like this is coming. It's interesting because it sort of just flew out when I was shuffling, and I wasn't even necessarily ready. But it was. And so whatever that means, it might be confirmation of something you've gone through at this time, or something where you're going through this journey, and next summer you're going to see kind of the fruits of your labor coming forward. So beautiful message, Capricorn, and I just hope you have an amazing August, and namaste.